Hey guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another 5 cards I have in your trade binder, and I know you guys love this series. So make sure to smash that like button, because if I get 70 likes, I will do a part 3 in June. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you haven't, hopefully today's the day I earn your subscription. If you are buying any of these cards on TCG Player, like the 5 I'm mentioning, or anything on TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. And before we get into this video, I just want to say be on the lookout for a new series that I'm going to bring that's Yu-Gi-Oh related. It will be going over sets from Lightning Overdrive backwards, and I'm telling you guys what I think I overall rate the set, and I tell you guys how to improve it. The series is going to probably be called How to Improve an X Yu-Gi-Oh set. I might do it for side sets if the series gets popular, so be on the lookout for that series because it's going to be fun. Now, we're going to get right into it. So the first card is actually one of my all-time favorite number monsters, and this is the legendary Black Shaft of Porn. Now, what this card does is basically, once per turn, you detach material from this card, and then you target a face-up monster opponent controls with attack less than or equal to this card's attack, and you send it to the graveyard. So if you guys actually didn't know, in Zexal era, stuff that's sent to the graveyard were either very old school, and that's just how they were kind of worded. Zexal era didn't really have many cards like this until this card, and this rank 4 was played quite a bit in many of those formats back then. But when you do this, you also inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent, which burn damage is nice, and sometimes when you are stuck in main phase and they call time, you make this, they have anything that's 2100 or less, you burn them for 1,000, even though they probably would have won that duel, you win just because of time rules. And I mean, you know, we take those. So it is nice that way, but this card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect, which really isn't the worst downside. I mean, it would be nice if it didn't have that, obviously, but seeing how we are in a format where we make something on the board to activate its effect and then link off and link climb with it, this con really doesn't affect this card. Now, the reason why I'm telling you to grab this card is because the jump version that you get, actually, it's not even the jump version, it's actually the Zexal manga promo that you get, is actually only $5 right now, and it was played in many formats, and it was similar to Gaga Cowboy. A lot of people who did not play back then, yes, they remember Gaga, for game, Cowboy for game is what it was called, but this Black Shaft of Porn was also used in there. So I would grab your number 50s while you can. There's only like 26, 27 listings on TCG Player currently, and this is a very old card to get, especially because this will always be the highest version, since the reprint, which is $1 super rare, doesn't even have that many quantities either. I could see this card somewhat going through similar to what Crab King went through, where it touched 100 and then people realized that nobody's paying even 80% of that, or even 20% of that, my fault. And it basically crashed off. I think Black Shaft of Porn, I was about to call it Black Ship of Corn. I don't know why people call it that. That's kind of odd. But it's actually a card that can go up and maintain its value, I believe. So I would get this while you can, along with it is a beautiful looking card. I really like pirate ships, so what can I say? The second card that I have for your 5 cards I have in your trade binder is actually DT Royal Depression. Royal Oppression, not Depression. I make that joke sometimes with my team. Ha, get it? Because we're Yu-Gi-Oh players and we're always depressed because we have no one in our lives. Anyway, point is, DT Royal Oppression. Why I'm telling you guys to grab this card is because if you guys remember on another 5 cards out of your trade binder, I talked about Trap Dust Shoot Dual Terminal, and I told you guys to get this not only for like really old format like post IOC and stuff like that, but this was the highest rarity of the card besides its Champion Pack Super, right? So I told you guys to grab DTs at $10, and now they're hovering around $40, which that's a massive increase, especially for a card that you only paid $10 for, especially in a very short amount of time, right? I think Royal Oppression could follow the same suit because it is one of those cards that people, back in the day would pay a lot of money for. And this is one of the highest versions because besides having the common and rare, it has another gold rare printing. But I think DTs can actually soar up similar to where Trap Dust Shoots are, maybe settling around $30. The card is $9 currently, and it quickly goes up to $14, $15. So I will grab yours while you can, especially because getting DT banned cards is always really good for the collection, and those cards are going to scale, aka grow money over time. So make sure you have those. very good investment for $10. I think it's one of the best DT cards floating around this price range. Speaking of D2, though, we are not done yet, because the third card to have in your trade binder is actually Dual Terminal Debris Dragon. Now, I actually have zero clue how a lot of other cards are getting picked up that are similar to Debris Dragon or were played in Tangent or similar, and this was ignored because Debris Dragon really shined throughout 5D's era because, yes, you were limited to Dragon-type monsters, but those happen to be the best synchros in the game back then, and honestly, you could probably argue that that has not really changed. Now, dual terminals start at $150, but they quickly go up to $6, right? And there's not many to find, especially since DT is out of print. Whatever we have on the market is what we have. And seeing that Debris Dragon is played in a lot of older formats, similar to last episode where I told you guys to get DT Carbons, which if you got your DT Carbons, congratulations, you made a lot of money there, especially if you got a place set or more. But point is, I think that this card could go up higher, especially when you look at other cards like Junk Synchron, you know, Dual Terminal, and other Dual Terminal cards, you know, like Quick Draw, that have some value to them. So I would highly recommend getting this while you can. I think it's one of the best $1 to $2 DT investments that you can make. And I really don't understand how the Yu-Gi-Oh community has not picked this up and decided it has value. Now, yes, it isn't the highest rarity version, since you have the Ultimate Rare, which I actually told you guys to get at $20 in the Market Watch. You have the Turbo Pack, which is something I actually got at $10 because I really like the aesthetic look. And then you have the Secret Rare, which looks gorgeous. But the Dual Terminals being the 4th best rarity and not being even like a half of the Secret Rares, getting them for $1.50 until they go up to $6 is a very good investment. Now, the 4th card I have in your 5 cards to have in your trade binder is actually Ghost Rare Stellarknight Deltros. Now, you guys might be thinking, did you already mention this? You know, one time? Yes. Yes, I did. However, I'm mentioning it for a few different reasons. Now, number one, I've been looking at this card throughout the last year, and I told you guys to pick them up at $15, $20. Now they're $43. However, there's barely any copies at $43, $45. They quickly go up to $70, and this is on other sites but TCG Player as well. It looks like it's finally time where Duelist Alliance first ed print is actually becoming very scarce, especially for cards that are hard to get, like Construct, Deltaros, you know, Dante, etc. Especially because people really like older formats like Duelist Alliance. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys to pick this up, though, however, isn't just because it's quickly going up to $70, but because there's something called the Progression Series, and the Progression Series is going to be reeking its head very close to Duelist Alliance soon. Seeing that this card has very short supply, might even be $65, $70 by the time it gets to that episode, but it might even go up to $100, $120. Now factoring that Stellarknights will eventually get support. I know that a lot of people think Konami forgot about them, but there's no way they gave Shadows all this, BA all this, and forgot about Stellarknights. We'll see Stellarknight support eventually. We don't know when, but one day they'll get a link or some type of new card, and all the prices are going to skyrocket, because Stellarknights are actually cards that are very hard to get, especially high rarity, since they barely have any printings, and it's been over 5 years since any of those cards got a reprint from my knowledge, or even an original print. So I would grab your Ghost Deltros while you can, because if any new support comes, boom, that's going to go up. And when we get to that episode of Progression Series, it's going to go even higher. Along with, if you guys don't know, Duelist Alliance is a very, very hard set to get in first edition, and a hard set to get in general, because people were buying this up all day. It always had all the money cards. People were buying it even after everything got reprinted, because people wanted original Dantes. People wanted original, you know, Ultimate Rare Construct. They didn't want the reprint Construct. They wanted the Ulti one. They didn't want the reprint window, all that. So getting stuff from Duelist Alliance is always a pretty good investment. So I would grab yours while you can. I normally don't like retelling people, hey, grab this, grab that. But I think there's a small window here where you can get these Deltroses for really, really cheap. Way cheaper than ever. And then once they go up, and if they skyrocket from that, I don't want to think to myself, I could have got my viewers those cheap Deltroses. So grab your copies while you can. Now, the last and final card here is actually Loki. Ultimate Rare First Edition. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys to grab this is because when you look at the 3 Nordic gods here, they're actually very significant, not only in 5Ds, but people love Nordic mythology. So the Loki, Odin, Thor, right, and all the Nordic gods have always had a soft spot in a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players' hearts. Now, the reason why I'm telling you guys to get this is because a lot of people who love the 5Ds anime, including me, actually collect these because, hey, it's from the anime, it has Norse mythology, they look really cool, etc., etc. They're ultimate rares that, always get support since, Nordics always get a little bit of support here and there, and a lot of people actually love this deck. And to get higher rarity of these cards that are actually quite usable, at least somewhat in casual play, is always going to be a good investment. But the reason why I'm signaturing Loki is because when you look at Ulti Odin, they're quite a lot of money. They're around 60s. Thor is probably around $40, $50. However, when I looked at Loki, it was only $20, $22 Ultimate Rare for first headlight play. Nimitz being a little bit more, around 30. I think that this card can easily match the other two when it can, because a lot of people tend to like Odin more because, that's like the father, oh boy. And then Thor, and Loki was always the one that was the least liked, so it's the last one usually to increase in price. However, seeing that the other two are, going up towards their way towards 100, or at least solidifying around $50, $60, and seeing Loki at $20 really makes me think to myself why that is. So I would definitely grab your copies of Ultimate Rare Loki while you can, because I could see these going up to around $40. I would personally get a playset, since sets like Storm of Ragnarok are actually quite hard to get, and a lot of people who collect these and want these, most of them have this. So whatever we really have on the market or someone's random trade binder, it's kind of all we really have. So I would definitely grab yours while you can. And before we close off this market watch, I just want to give a huge thank you to my YouTube channel members. If you're not a YouTube channel member, don't worry about not being. The fact that you've watched this video to completion makes me very, very happy. It really does. But for those who have actually decided to help me out and give me money, which I really do appreciate a lot, especially since I've moved out, I have bills to pay, and it really does help a little bit. I really appreciate you. So I want to give a huge shout out to the Seto Kaiba's bank account, the Lone Descendant, the Harv Cardman, Carlin Lenker Frisk, Shoelaced Bandit, Drew Chamberlain, and my last and newest member, Conrad Helmerich. So thank you for joining, bud. I really do appreciate you, and thank you to all my YouTube channel members. I have 7, and I'm really happy about that. Like, the fact that 7 people actually decided to give me money is absolutely crazy to me. In fact, I'll be honest with you, I'm actually surprised this whole thing. I'm just surprised in general. I don't really have any complex words for it, but I really do appreciate you guys. Leave a like if you guys enjoy, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.